Hi guys, it's Stacy with Handmade by Stacy Today I'm going to show you how to do the horn cable. Take a look at this beauty. So this is knit and it is cable knit. I've been on a cable kick lately, so I've been doing a lot of cables. But this is pretty simple. It works over 16 stitches on a background of reverse stockinette, and it goes over 6 rows. And it just uses the cable for back, the cable for front. So in the video, I'm going to show you how to do this. And if you'd like written directions where you can actually follow along, you can just go to my website. I'll have the link down below. And let's grab some needles, some yarn, and let's get started. The horn cable panel is worked over 16 stitches with a background of reverse stockinette. So on this example, I have my 16 stitches here, and then I have 5 on this side for the background of reverse stockinette, and 5 on this side for the background as well. So this is worked over 6 rows, and it's actually a lot easier than it looks. So let's go ahead and get started. Now you will need a cable needle, unless you're comfortable doing a C24 or a C2B without one. That's totally your preference, but for that many stitches, I do prefer a cable needle. But for row 1, we are going to begin by working on that background of reverse stockinette. So I'm going to purl these first 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I put in stitch markers when I'm working on a panel just because it makes it easier for me to keep track of, where I'm at. So to begin this cable, we are going to start by knitting 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we need our cable needle, and we're going to do a cable 4 back, or a C4B. So we're going to move this cable needle, and we're going to take the first 2 stitches off of the left hand needle, place them on that cable needle, and then we're going to hold it to the back. Then we're going to knit 2. 1, 2. Then you can choose to either knit off your cable needle or put your stitches back on the left hand needle. I'm putting mine back on. Then we're going to knit those 2. So 1 and 2. Then we're going to do a C4F, or a cable 4 front. So we're going to take the next 2 stitches off of the left hand needle, and we're going to hold them at the front. And then we're going to knit 2 off the left hand needle. So 1, 2, and then we're going to put these 2 stitches back on the left hand needle, and knit those 2. So 1, 2. Then we're going to knit 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll slip our stitch marker and then purl those last 5, or however many you have for your background. For row 2 and all the wrong side rows, we're going to do the same thing over each time with the wrong side rows. So we're going to knit this part of the background. So I'm going to knit these first 5. This is what makes that reverse stockinette background. And then when we get to our panel, we're just going to purl. When you get to the end of that panel, slip your stitch marker and knit those last 5. For row 3, we'll begin by purling those first 5 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we'll slip that stitch marker, and for the panel, we're going to begin by knitting 2. Then we're going to do the cable 4 back. So we'll grab our cable needle, slip those 2 stitches off the left hand needle onto the cable needle, and hold at the back of our work. Then we're going to knit 2. So 1, 2. We're going to put these back on our left-hand needle and knit those 2. So 1, 2. Then we're going to knit 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to work the cable 4 front. So with our cable needle, slip the next 2 stitches from our left-hand needle onto the cable needle, and we'll hold it up front. Then we're going to knit the next 2 off of our left-hand needle. 1, 2. Then we're going to put these back on the needle, back on the left hand, and then we're going to knit those 2. So 1, 2. Then we're going to knit the last 2 on this panel. So 1, 2. And I'll slip my stitch marker and purl those last 5. Now row 4 is a repeat of row 2. So we're going to knit these first 5, purl the cable panel, and then knit the last 5. For row 5, I'm going to purl these first 5 for the background stitches. And then we begin our cable panel. And we're going to begin with a cable 4 back. So with our cable needle, we'll slip these next 2 stitches onto the cable needle, hold it at the back of our work, knit 2. 1, 2. Then we're going to slide these stitches back onto the left-hand needle, and we're going to knit those 2. So 1, 2. Now we're going to knit 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to do the cable 4 front. So we're going to take these next 2 stitches, slide them onto our cable needle, hold at the front of our work, and knit 2. Then we're going to take these 2 stitches and put them back onto that left-hand needle and knit those 2. Then slip your marker and finish out that background by purling those last 5. Row 6 is a repeat of rows 2 and 4. So we're going to knit these first 5, or however many you have for your background. And we'll slip our stitch marker and purl across the panel. Slip that marker, knit those last 5 background stitches. And there you go. That's all there is to it to work the horn cable panel. Now you just keep repeating rows 1 through 6 until you get to your desired length, and that's it. So I do hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you did, please subscribe, give me a like, a thumbs up, and tune in next week as I show you some more tutorials. Thanks a bunch. Happy knitting. Bye-bye. Are you ready for your sneak peek? Next week, we are going to learn the baby cable and garter ridges. I will see you next week. Bye.